Bloomberg News reports that Snapchat is now more popular than Twitter. Snapchat's messaging service reportedly has 150 million daily users. That's more than 10 million more than Twitter. Snapchat was launched just 4 years ago, starting with its vanishing photo feature. Its user base is up about 35% in just the last 5 years.
Something to ask Nick about. Social media is just one aspect of technology changing the way we live. Silicon Valley's biggest innovators are sharing ideas about what could be in the future. Renowned venture capital analyst Mary Meeker this week presented her annual trends report at the Code conference. She forecast a possible downturn in internet use while predicting an upswing in images and emojis.
Over the past few days, other big names in the industry spoke about where technology can take the world.
I'm using my resources to put in place heavy lifting infrastructure so that the next generation of people can have a dynamic, entrepreneurial explosion into space.
40 years ago, we had Pong, like 2 rectangles and a dot. And soon we'll have virtual reality, augmented reality.
In, say, a 10-year time frame, we will have, for physical tasks, driving, warehouse work, cleaning up rooms, we'll have robots that are way less expensive than human labor for doing those things.
Every technology presents challenges. Of course, there are things to be worried about. We have a responsibility, any of us who are developing it. But we all live longer, healthier, better lives because of technology, and we believe in that progress.
CBS News contributor Nicholas Thompson is the editor of the New Yorker's magazine website, NewYorker.com. Nick, good morning.
Good morning, Nora. How are you?
So really interesting to hear Mary Meeker's Internet Trends report, because she says video is dominating while the Internet is experiencing a downturn. Explain what that means.
Well, it's a downturn in growth. The Internet is not growing as fast as it was. And what's really happening is there's a huge shift from text to video. And that's happening for a number of reasons. In the early days, when bandwidth was slow and storage was limited, text is the most efficient way to communicate. Now that we have massive bandwidth, great connections, people love images. And it turns out all the major tech companies have noticed that people engage with and interact with images more than they do with text. So there is a massive, massive, massive shift to the visual web right now.
The interesting thing, though, is that the internet still has plenty of room to grow. There are a lot of people in the world who do not have access.
Right. In fact, Mary Meeker started her presentation by talking about the growth in India, which is massive right now.
And in Africa.
So we just talked about Snapchat surpassing Twitter. Is this a big deal, number one? And is Twitter worried, or should they be worried?
Twitter is terrified. I mean, they're not terrified about Snapchat passing them. They're terrified that they're not adding users. There's corporate turmoil at Twitter. It's hard to add people on. That company is in a lot of trouble. It's a very important company. It's a company with a terrific 10-year history. But the fact that Snapchat has passed it, Snapchat has existed for 4 years, is a very bad indication.
And not just daily users. We're talking about views. Snapchat has more than 10 billion daily video views. Facebook has 8 billion.
Right.
That's incredible.
Right. And so what Snapchat also has, it has all the young people, right? So it has all the 13 to 17-year-olds. And if you think about habits being formed and the social networks to which they have an affinity, over to which they will have an affinity for a long time, that's a really good sign for Snapchat and a very disconcerting one for everybody else.
Well, I just signed on into it yesterday. I'm trying to figure it out.
Who owns Snapchat?
Snapchat is owned by Snapchat, by the founders of Snapchat.
It resisted an offer from Facebook.
It resisted a $3 billion offer from Facebook when it had zero revenue, which is an amazing
Which turned out to be a very smart decision.
Very good decision.
Are people still going to be talking on the friggin' phone? I still like getting a phone call with a voice on the other side.
I know.
Without an emoji, without a text.
So this
is like somebody calling me.
I'll call you this afternoon.
Okay.
There was a great slide in Mary Meeker's...
You never call, and you have my number. Okay, go
There's
ahead.
a great slide in Mary Meeker's presentation which basically shows that young people do not talk on the phone. In the future, right, we will talk to our computers and we will type to each other.
It's the
right?
end
There
of
is
the
a
universe.
massive, massive
End of
change.
the universe. Sorry.
It's
No.
I agree. You have to talk to people. You can't text them.
But say what you just said. You will talk to your computer.
talk to your computers and type to each other. That is basically what young people do.
All right.
Nora's right. That's not good news.
No. Right, yeah. And I hear there are bacon emojis on the way. Nick Thompson, did you know that? Thank you.
I look forward to it.